I'm Tommy Tellerico. I've been writing music for video games for over 7 years now, and I gotta tell you, it is one of the coolest industries on the entire planet. Now we're gonna take you inside the world of video games, like no one else has ever done before. Now throw in weekly reviews of the hottest new games, and you got what we call the Electric Playground. Radical Entertainment is the largest independent software developer in the whole world. They employ over 200 people in both San Francisco and Vancouver. Now, we faced off with them to see how they scored on their latest hockey game.
EP's in Vancouver, and we're on the ice with Ferdy Esposito, Radical's producer of NHL Powerplay 98. How are you doing there, man?
I just got scored on.
You got the Canucks, you got the new uniforms, you're in the General Motors place there. And
that's right.
What are some of the improvements to this year's Rev over last year's game?
We've got quite a few things. We have the choice of 5 different camera views. Last year, the 2D game had only 1 single view. We have 5 due to the nature of the 3D environment.
Right.
We have fights.
I studied all the fighters, kept track from day one of everybody who fought everybody in the league, so we'd have the more realistic matchups and the right people fighting. There's nothing worse than having fighting feature in your game and see Pavel Bure drop the gloves. It just makes me want to cry. So make sure the right guys go.
We've got new sound announcements.
Vancouver penalty to number 16, Trevor Linden. 2 minutes more charging.
We've got updated teams, rosters, logos. We have create and trade player. Yep. So now I could take Messier off the Rangers and put him on the line with the Canucks.
And the neat, should be.
Yeah, and the neat thing about this game is as soon as I trade Messier, the logic within this game will reshuffle the lineup. And guess what? Messier's on the #1 line.
So I think we got Mark Messier on computer animations here.
The Moose and I, we go to the same barber. We use a motion capture technique, which gives you a very real look to the game. When you employ pro people to be doing the motion and stuff, is that you get a real hockey game. You know, when you play with the Canucks against you know, the Rangers, something like that, you actually get a feel for the players, and the skating similar in styles.
I do a lot of the finer details like team uniforms, scoreboards, overlays, crowds, a little bit of the NIS screens. I like helping out my pal Justin there with some of the stats.
What are NIS screens?
Non-interactive screens, anything that you're not actually playing the game, but you're setting up the game to go into, where you're picking what teams you want to play.
So that there's a lot of textures going into these guys, right? A lot more than we had last year.
Wow.
And it's just a balancing act now, trying to keep your poly count high and your textures looking good. You can get right in tight, you know, right in on guys. So if you can get in on any section, you sort of have to be able to show high resolution, all of it, you know? I mean, it'd be nice, because I think we could, you know, we could play around and get better frame rate and on and on and on if we did drop polys, but we don't. You know, it's set to go at a frame rate that sticks and look good from any angle, so that you can zoom around the camera while the game's playing. Like that would be, you know, kind of a neat thing.
And that's the thing with that kind of medium, is that pretty much you get to set up the scene yourself, the lights, the cameras, pretty much the whole action. You're like, yeah, you're the directors, and then you do this whole thing yourself, which is kind of fun, yeah.
What's it like developing a game for 3 different platforms and trying to deal with that?
The good thing that we did was we designed it in such a way that we were able to port a lot of the global code. So,
right.
So a lot of the code that you see here, the camera logic, the AI logic, the physics, the collision of the puck and the player, the stat simulation, the line screen, all that logic can be ported over.
Okay.
So one guy basically does the work for the 3 SKUs.
Which one do you like to play the most?
I like playing the 3D game.
On the PC?
On the PC.
Yeah.
I think we did a really good job.
I think what's nice about it is it really takes advantage of the Saturn. Like the Saturn, I guess it's harder to program for, but the graphics are really nice when you do it right. And it's got a really sweet frame rate. It's just like watching TV.
I'm a gamer before I'm a designer, and I knew where we came up short, but I also knew the potential that was there, and I feel just great about this game. Really excited to see it on the shelf.
I hope it gets out there to the people, because to us it's hockey, and it's a lot of fun to play.
Pack your bags. EP is going on a hunt for Lara Croft.